Peace. In the name of Allah, I'm Aubrey Muhammad. I pray that everyone is well. Hempstead family, friends, and believers, welcome to my live session. When to stand up and when to stand down. Staying solid on your square. I'm going to be fast today because I just wanted to update us. I was going to cook some roasted potatoes. They were nice. I was going to boil them a little. Then I was going to throw them in the roaster with some seasoned oil. That's right, with some fragrance oil, with like some herbs and some seasons. I'll do that next time. I didn't have time to get all that stuff ready. That stuff is delicious. The red potatoes. And they're a nice side for a nice amount of meals. So when to stand up and when to stand down, this is a quick message to foundational Black Americans. I hope you're not out here protesting against these ICE raids and stuff. I hope you're staying clear of that, all right? We forming an ethnic wall on where we're gonna be unified, solid, and square. So we standing on a square, all right? I just wanted to make that quick message because some of y'all starting to creep into that, man. Like our foolish brother, Don Lemon, going into a damn church protesting. The pastor is associated with ICE. Well, that whole DNC that he was a promoter of is the institution of it, and the millions. He brought in industrialized numbers of imports. And now the RNC is playing games to export them, funding ICE with jobs. You know, you imported them in for political fodder, scabs, buffers, a fifth column. Yeah, we watched this before our eyes. Foundational Black Americans, and it's all to erase, replace, displace us. They gentrify us and devitalize us, all of that civic and socioeconomic displacement and deprivation, disenfranchisement. Yes, that's us. It's been us for hundreds of years, okay? So we're not going for it. So we staying out of this. We got a front row seat. All praise is due to Allah. And we got a front row seat to it all. The whole system is designed to keep us a permanent underclass. So please stay clear of that. And let's start nationalizing. Excuse me. On a fast. And you know, I'm over here at the Woodcrest. This is like the game room, something like that. It's late, so I'm gonna be quick. And while I'm over here at the Woodcrest, I want you to know to pray for Mom. My mom is at apartment 357. I'm with her, you know, I'm helping her. And she's going through some serious challenges now. Her health, about this time of the year, during the winter blues, her blood pressure goes low every year. It's been like this for years. It goes low and she gets low energy. Then in the spring, she kicks back. In the summer, during a rainy season, aches and bones, all of us got that. I got like 2 broken toes. And when it's during a hot season, when it rains and stuff, them toes start killing me. And them injuries, you know how them injuries get exaggerated? Well, amplified, not exaggerated, they get amplified. And that's for real. So Mom, you know, is at a low spell and she's depressed right now because March 31st, they're going to evict her from here. And it's the Blackstone, BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, and that other Israeli company, American something, I forgot the last name of it. All of them are buying up all the housing. And Trump put out a duck decoy that, I'm banning BlackRock from buying homes, but I'm not going to lower the price of homes. Only that people with established housing, it'll increase in value for y'all. That's absurd. We need a revolution, y'all. The Constitution says we can form a new government when this one is corrupt. It's written right in there. We need to do that. It's the rich against the poor. And everybody against foundational Black Americans. Please don't let them lure you into fighting for your replacements. All right? Them owners, Blackstone, they own all the housing. They got contractors, BlackRock and the other ones over in, remember Iraq? The security service, they had that was in Black, it was Black something, Black Arrow, something like that. That big corporation that Dick Cheney had all that money in, them contracts through the same corrupt governors. We see same corrupt public officials that govern us. We're seeing now in them Epstein files. They blackmail these people, these Zionists, these corporatists, these oligarchs. Yes, they're in a small little club and they get everybody corrupt. They love corrupt people. They love pedophiles. The Catholic Church recruited pedophiles. Why? So they can control the people with false religion. The Catholic Church recruit pedophiles. They recruited them for decades. That way, when they went, if they got a conscience to say, you know, this ain't right. This is injustice against the poor people. Let's stand up for the poor. None of them speak up for the poor. None of them fight for the poor. It's exceptions. Remember Sterling, Pastor Sterling, there'd be exceptions. Father Flager and a host of other pastors over on the East Coast that stand up for the poor. Most of them have said, we got these pictures of you. Now the Epstein files prove that. These are the powerful people. And they keep us in check and they manipulate. They control the courts. If they do it to your top politicians, Trump is an extorted, blackmail president official. He weighing. Are y'all waking up and fighting for him, or them corporatists that got them picks on him? And he weighed that and he said, I'm siding with them. Elon is in there. He thought he could do a digital Maghreb move, a Krav Maga move, whatever that Israeli martial arts is, where you beat the punch. When somebody throwing a punch or swinging a stick at you, you're like a German shepherd, you shorten the distance and grab them, manipulate them, throw them down, and hit them. Krav Maga, I believe that is. Elon thought he was doing that. Months ago, Trump is in the Epstein files. Years ago, he was saying, yeah, y'all, the Epstein files, let's persecute them. And all the while, the elites the wealthy degenerates were telling them, we got you covered. Go ahead, they ain't gonna see that. And that's what they're doing with those 3 million files. There's 3 million more. Imagine what's in them. And they got, what do you call that? Edited out and blurred out and blacked out faces and identities of most important people. That is no accident because they're falling. You're watching the fall of America. All the degenerates are gone. That's why we got to stay principled and solid. These corporations are going to fall. We're going to rise up. All right? That's who's manipulating Mom. The apartment 457 above her, that devil, that beast, it was emptied out months ago. Then somebody else moved in there, another contractor, stomping around, that heavy stomping. They plan on evicting Mom. They got that court date to go back in court, landlord-tenant court, March 31st. Y'all need to show up for her. Y'all need to show up and support Mom. They're planning on evicting her. And they're just giving her a hard time. Her health has declined. She's blind now. She barely can see. All right, she really needs help. Got all type of hawks and vultures around her. And that beast upstairs, the last couple of days, went from heavy stomping to like hammers and stuff, banging with hammers on the floor. The last couple of days. My mom is blind. She's like a sitting duck, locked in her chair, locked in this apartment, while a beast upstairs is slamming stuff down, heavy furniture and slamming things down directly over her head. This is happening to my mom. I'll put some videos out about it. I record everything. And they doing it just to bait me to doing what I did previously, knocking on the door and yelling at them, saying, look, stop that. And knowing that management can stop that instantly. But it's the owners that put them up, that supersede them. That's a bait and a trap for when they say, look at him, he's yelling. We took it, that was normal apartment noise. This beast is slamming things on the ground. The last 3 days, Friday, he started Friday, just slamming things on the ground. I think he's taking like a hammer now. Sounds like a hammer. What if he's banging on the floor again? All day. Just banging and making excessive noise unnecessarily. All right? So please support Mom. We need your support. I got to get her a house. We all need homes. Every legacy American, heritage American need a home, ownership or a business, something. That way you can't get these proxies and they're contractors. BlackRock, Blackstone, they have thousands. It's a team of them in this building. There were teams of them over at the Avalon, Westbury, teams of them. Knocking at your door, running, banging at the door, walking. Mom was on the first floor like this with those patio windows and stuff. She had like 11 windows in that nice little 2-bedroom she had. And they were just gang stalking her. They would get some loud, most of them were immigrants. Eastern Indian, ugly ass imports and scabs and agents and stooges and operatives. The fifth column. They got a whole, that's why they imported all of them. And they're using them, they're paying them to gang stalk and harm us. Standing in front of her window, talk, they get the loudest voice one. Standing a couple of feet in front of her window, walking the dogs under her window where the bush used to be. They were doing that for years. All time. I showed y'all that stuff. I spoke, I wrote about it, put it on social media, put out videos. This 2-legged dog, a couple of doors down from her, would bring her big dogs right directly to Mom's door and have them dogs barking. It would sound like the dogs inside the door. It would sound like the dogs were inside of her apartment. Them dogs were so loud. And I put one of them videos out. It's teams of them. So they're all in these, especially these new apartments. This building is 3 years old. We moved in here when it was like 2, and I moved in to support her. She's my mom. To protect her from what they're doing to her, taking advantage of her, to break my spirit. But originally it wasn't for me. It was against my sister. My sister, back in like 2010, I believe. We were at 600 Fulton. Me, my mom, my father, Sonny, may Allah be pleased with him, and my younger sister, Yvette. And her nephew, Donald, may Allah be pleased with him. He passed in 2008. Y'all all knew Donald, young brother. He was into into music making, not DJing. He was into making music. He was going to school for that at Five Towns College. He had a aortic dissection. I believe it's a heart. That's the artery burst from the inside, like an inner tube. At 18 in 2008. So my sister was staying with us at the 600 Fulton. Then my father, Sonny, had medical challenges. So I was going to live with my father. I was going to take care of him, and my sister was going to take care of my mom. So my sister had got the apartment at the Avalon, Westbury, and she was over there alone. I think that was like 2010, something like that. And me and my mom stayed at 600 Fulton because Sonny, he had medical challenges. He had to go over to Holly Patterson. He went to other hospitals. He had an operation. He had some serious medical challenges. Y'all know that, especially at 600 Fulton. So I was going to take care of him, and my sister was going to take care of my mom's at Avalon. But meantime, while he was in them places, me and Mom stayed at 600 Fulton. And my sister was over there. And that apartment, she was at 514, and that apartment, 518, I believe it was, no good asses. It was about 10 different people lived there. During the time my sister, Mom, and me, I never lived there long. I lived there temporarily, helping them. And it was like 10 different people there. And they all were doing the same bull crap, gang stalking, making excessive noise. The management would get you on their side. See, the management, they were clever. They did it over time. They let it grew on you. It was, Monday through Saturday, the management office open. So we would there would be some stomping. Boom, 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 boom. You heard them troll me in this building, in the conference room, Sunday, late like this. It's 9:50. I would be in the conference room upstairs, and you hear them trolling and banging, boom, because they know I'm in the room. So they would do the banging during the weekday, and we would put in an email. Look, they make an excessive noise. Please stop it. And it would get quiet. That's Monday through Saturday, right? And they would keep this pattern going. See, look, they make an excessive noise. So they would say, okay, we'll take care of it. The noise would go down for 2 days. As Allah is my witness, they were studying us. They were developing this pattern of nuisance, of bothering you, taking the noise level, trying to find something that bothers you the way they don't have to do it loud, the way if it bothers you, they could just do it a little. And it'll be a nuisance and a pest. They're scientists, wickedly wise, but Allah is wiser. Why? Because he got us. So you complaining, look, but they making all this noise, so they make you think they're on your side. So that's how the devil is. He makes the mob do that too, right before they're about to put a bull in your head out in the woods. They say, come on, we're going to party, we're going to pick up some money. And they're going to put you in the ground. So they think that you're on their side because the management have set it up in these courts with these corporations, and you know who own all them, the housing now. They set it up to where they say they give them whatever they want to do. They let corporations rule everything. The courts, the police, the politicians. Look at the Epstein file. Look how they do it. That's how they do it. So Sunday, they would get the guy bumping very, very loud. And now you thinking management on your side. You thinking the police on your side. The police are neutral. When you call Nassau County Police over to that Avalon Westbury, look, these people making excessive noise. If they don't hear the noise, and they know to be quiet as the police are coming, because they the police, they got them. So you can't call the police. So Sunday, you thinking management is on your side. So you thinking, let me go knock on their door. Hey, could you keep it down? And when you keep doing that, what they do is when you get into landlord-tenant court, them owners and that prosecutor and that judge all work together to say he was a nuisance. That was normal apartment noise. That was normal common noise. That's how they get away with it. And you thinking that management on your side, so you get emboldened where you can knock on the door. Hey, look, be quiet. You think you got some authority, but it's a trap. So this weekend, he started going ape shit crazy, banging, it must have been a hammer, and slamming stuff around. And the most I do is I'm not soundproofing here. I soundproof the ceilings at Mom's apartment at Avalon. I soundproof the ceiling. And I was in the process of cutting open the sheetrock and stuffing the ceiling. I put the drop ceiling like this. You see the drop ceiling here? I put one here in her bedrooms, both of the bedrooms. Drop ceilings, 5 inches, and I stuffed insulation in between the tile and the ceiling. Well, they went apeshit crazy. This was a nasty looking ass Indian, that Shanvani Kumar, whatever that devil's name is. Immigrants. They was getting to mainly do this. And so they said, okay, you want to do that? So they took maybe like sledgehammers. I don't know what they were using, banging on the floor. And they loosened up the floorboards. They loosened up their floorboards and had them creaking. They had sweet spots where they would make it the loudest noise. And you're like, now that's crazy. We soundproofed the ceiling, but they went a step further. So I was going when I decided, I spoke to a brother, we had the plan, he was going to give me a hand just holding the stuff up as I fished it through. I do construction work. I can do 80% of the inside of an apartment or business, mainly apartment and houses, 80% of the inside. Redesign it, restyle it, all that, the sheetrock, plumbing, electrical, all that. Venting, not too many windows. I don't do the exterior, I do the internal. Because the leaks is a hell of a thing. Leaks be indirect. You fix one thing and the leak goes somewhere else, and you got to go cut out what you did, redo it. So I don't do those. But what I do is I do the interior, because it's very easy. And I've been doing it for so long that I know how to do it. So I was going to cut open the sheetrock, stuff it with insulation, and solve the problem. That's when they put in that they said, we're not accepting your rent no more. I was planning to do it. I didn't start the cut. They have a machine, a Makita machine. It's a saw, it doesn't go deep. It just cuts the depth of the sheetrock. And it has a vacuum attachment on it. When you do it, all the dust goes in the vacuum and the sheetrock comes down. You just pull down the section that you cut out, and then you fish the insulation in. So I had all planned to do that. Got the budget. Some of you even saw me raise money for it. I put a GoFundMe. Y'all helped me raise this money, soundproof Mom ceilings. I think that was for the drop ceiling. That's right, I did. That wasn't for cutting open the ceilings and stuffing it. It was that bad to solve the problem instead of going knocking on the door. So that's what they're baiting me to do now. So since we learned that at Avalon, we've been here 2 years. We learned, look, don't go knocking on the door. Don't go saying nothing to them. You have to be silent. Don't even call the police. Just put in formal complaints, a CC, other important people, activists, and important people in housing, which really don't stop anything. Nothing stops them. Nothing stops them. So I put in emails. I put in an email with the complaint, and I CC important people who could oversee, either like the Department of, Human Rights, Department of Human Rights, HUD, and all types of housing people and associations in vain. They're all controlled. Department of Human Resources, Department of Human Rights in the Bronx that deal with housing, discrimination, all that stuff, and elder. It's supposed to be special protection for elders. Ain't no noise supposed to bother an elder. That's the law. But they just evaded. They say, well, it's apartment living. So what they do is they side with them. So it's very difficult. So if you go talking to them, don't knock on their door, don't speak to them, because they're agents. They're gonna smile in your face, and they're devils. They're snakes. They're smile in your face. Oh, come on in, have a drink with me. I almost told that nasty-looking Indian I wouldn't give you my piss to drink to stop you from dying. They had snakes and devils. It was all smooth. Come on in, I'm a good person. Like, man, I was looking at him. And then two other people, and these people worked in hospitals. That man's wife worked at Mount Sinai, yes, right over here in Oceanside. And the other two after them came down to speak to my mom and was bullshitting her, talking all sweet. Oh, we're kind people. They were devils. They work at the Heart Hospital in Port Washington over there, Manhasset, over behind Northwell. Is that St. Francis? St. Francis Heart. Them devils work there. And they were all sweet and kind. And now, this is why they're killing us in them hospitals. Yes, them contractors, especially them immigrants, they love to do it. They do anything for an H-1B visa, a green card. Please, they're diabolical. So we're fighting them the smart way this time. We're not falling for it. I never once knocked on that door. I just found out their name through insider information. People gave me insider information, so I found out the occupants of one apartment. I believe some elder, his name was Henry Perlong, I believe it was. And the first one, something happened to him. I pray that Allah killed his ass. And I didn't let none of that, and he's gone. So that new one is doing the same thing. They're doing the exact same trolling, And if you listen closely, you can hear them trolling now, raising their feet. I knew it was a matter of time. Allahu Akbar. That's the way they are. So we aren't knocking on doors. We aren't yelling at them. I'm doing these lives to keep y'all informed, because they ain't killing me in the dark. I'm bringing everything to the light. So that angered them, that frustrated them. They said, damn, he ain't falling for our trap. So they said, you got to go. You complain too much in the email. This is emails, they were saying. When she came in here 2 years ago, the building was empty. They refused to put her on the 4th floor. I said, why don't you put her on the top floor? She has a 1-bedroom. She's here temporarily looking for a 2-bedroom. She's not going to get it here. But the apartment upstairs, he stomped the first day she moved in. His devil ass was stomping over her head. And she thought she had gotten away from that. And I told her, I said, Mom, they control all the housing. They're Blackstone. And them big corporations, they own all the housing. And they had them contractors. Yes, it's true. So we didn't fall for the trap. So they said evict. So we negotiated to move by March 31st to get on the waiting list and hoping to get another 2-bedroom. And what they're trying to do now is they're trying to move us to another one of their locations and lock us under a lower floor so that they can put their trolls right above us doing all that pounding and stomping and pounding and banging on the floor, just like they do, so that they can point to us and say, look at them, everywhere they move. These people are trouble. All they do is complain. My mom is quiet. Shit, my mom, all you hear is a TV. I'm monitoring her now on FaceTime. That's the Cosby Show you hear in the background. Marathon Cosby Show in the background. Allahu Akbar. Quiet as a mouse. It's like a library in there. And I'm on my computer, quiet as hell, doing solid work. And they couldn't trap us, so they're trying it again. They're trying to discredit us by saying everywhere they move, they have to get this place. Until eventually, one of the management's gonna say, what's your reason for moving? So that's what they're trying to do. And they can't break our spirit. No way, nothing they do works. We just get stronger and more resolute. And you know how, family? Prayers. We're praying and we keep a better vision that things will get better. And remember, when you need help and people see you and it's light on you and they know you need help and they don't throw you a lifeguard, one of those lifesavers, the floating lifesavers to float in, Allah will get you there. Allah will get you through. Allah, and if people won't help you out, Allah will make you an excellent swimmer and you'll get through. All right, family? But remember to stay strong. Let's stay focused, family, on foundational Black American business. We got to become more nationalists. We got to do business with each other. We got to get Black Pages again. Remember in New York back in the 80s, we had Black Pages. We had a Black book. The sister, I forgot her name. She came to the all men's meeting at the Armory in Harlem in the early 90s. She had a little Black book. I forgot my sister's name. She returned to Allah. May Allah be pleased with her. That was for smart tactics. It was a little Black book on how to handle the police. Don't say nothing. Don't make any moves. And she had like these actions to take when you interact with white people. It was called the Black book. And then we had the Black and the Gold Pages were Black businesses in New York, especially New York. We had it in New York, and I think one was national. Yeah, one, because New York was popping in the 90s with Black businesses. All praise due to Allah. And I had them books. And I remember a few businesses that I knew, especially bookstores. Those of us who went in them Black bookstores in the 80s and the 90s, we a whole different caliber of people. Our consciousness, we studied history. We read them books. We read the good stuff. And then now all them Black books went away. The Black bookstores, all of them went away. It was a few in Hempstead. We get the audios, the videos, and all that. Well, we got to get a Black book again with all our Black businesses to support our business. Train our people how to do business. Train our people how to do customer service. You got to be kind. You got to humble ourselves to each other. Doing business, you can't be arrogant. Oh, I'm getting money off you. I manipulate you. I capitalize off you. That's a greedy, soulless person operating in a compensatory way. We got to be more complimentary, more helpful towards each other, building each other up. Let's call it a Black book, FBA, building each other up, our businesses, and training each other on how to treat each other, humbling ourselves to each other. That takes training. The best people you see, the highest caliber character, except for like the people that Allah guides you into high character. He does it to me. He knows the depths of my heart. He knows the darkness in my heart and the darkness in the back of my mind where I hide things and can sneak around and do things. And when people are not looking, that you do things you think you're getting away with. But when you in light, you present yourself in a different way. No, you got to tell the truth regardless of circumstance. The circumstances don't always go your way. It's very painful for us to lose money. I watch our people. It's painful for us to give somebody getting our money. That's painful to a lot of people. It's painful for some of us, for a certain type of person we don't like or envious of or jealous of or something like that, to get our money. We feel like they've gotten over on us. That's very painful to us. That's more painful than a physical injury. The lust of money is the root of all evil. Not money, it's the means of exchange, the lust. Don't lust over stuff. Be grateful, and Allah will bless us with more abundance. All right, family. Look, thank you for joining me. Next week, I'm going to do them roasted potatoes. Them are some nice, good roasted potatoes. It's a nice side. I ain't made a lot of veggie sides in a while. And family, stay focused. Pray for Mom. Her court date is March 31st. Show some support. And I'm aiming to get her a house. I'm aiming to get her a house. I got to get myself a house. Shoot, I'm aiming to strive to start a family too. Sister, I'm interested in down south. A lot of sisters down south, so I got to bring it to New York. There's a lot of things we got to do, and we're going to be successful. Everything we want, put it in here. Keep it focused, because that's what they do. They discourage us. They troll us. The Caucasian, he naturally does these devilish, sneaky, snakish things to us. Naturally. troll and gang stalk and bully and manipulate. He used the best of you and use it against you. The best part of you, he uses it against you. See, that's why we got to reserve the best part for each other. And we're going to be successful. We got a front row seat, family, to this civil war. It's a civil war in America. I've been warning y'all from right before Trump took office. Civil war is here. They're forming an Anglo, whatever you want to call them real Caucasians. The Anglo, Alpine, Nordic, blonde hair, blue eye, whatever you want to. They're aiming for a nationalist state. And they want everyone else at the bottom. And how they going to do it? Their numbers are declining. Their birth rate's declining. They want to do it through robots and AI. Don't let Elon put a chip in your head. Or that Neuralink. Don't let Elon do it. Elon Musk. Go on his Twitter, his X. He's a racist. Elon is a scared racist. All he talks about is declining birth rates. Black criminals. Blacks are 13% of the population. They do 60% of the crimes. That's all that racist little bastard talk about. A little scared ass. And he ain't got no talent. He's a manipulator. Elon Musk ain't an engineer, scientist. He didn't invent nothing, stuff like that. He manipulates others because he got that scariness in him. He one of them white men that used to run on him and Sean Hannity. There's them two type of white men that used to run around to the plantations, whispering and going into towns, whispering to the other white men, this nigga raped this white woman. And then they would be all orchestrated by these same forces, gentrifying us now, to go raise our all black towns. They would claim that a lie and say that a black man raped a white woman. In one instance, the man bumped into her in the elevator. You remember Emmett Till? That was a white woman. He like whistled at her, said something fresh, and was lynched and disfigured inhumanely. That come naturally to Caucasians, and they were laughing and gleeing as they did it. All right? So family, let's stay focused, let's stay strong. Black Book, FBA, businesses, how to treat each other, support our businesses, and come on out and support Mom. More importantly, pray for her. Pray that no good bastard at apartment 457 get exactly what he deserves. Allah willing. And the righteous are rising. We're strong, we focused, we united. Stay focused. We got the front seat. Don't jump out there like Don Lemon and them. And stay rooted, family. Foundational Black American nationalism. Our delineation movement is here. It's very important. We're the only one undermining the nation. A renaissance is here. And may Allah continue to bless us and grace us. Family, I'll leave you as I greeted you in the ancient Arabic words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. Peace unto you. Enjoy the rest of the week. Have a blessed one. Stay strong. I think another storm is coming. So stay ready. Mentally, spiritually, and in unity. Peace of mind. Stay grateful. Peace.